I never thought I'd be telling this story, but what happened to my son because of an HOA still makes my hands shake. It started on a quiet Saturday afternoon. My autistic son was doing what he always does to calm himself, walking slow laps on the sidewalk in front of our home, headphones on, counting his steps under his breath. He wasn't yelling, he wasn't touching anything, he wasn't bothering anyone, he was just existing. That's when the HOA president, let's call her Karen, decided that was unacceptable. She stormed out of her house, phone already in hand, shouting about suspicious behavior and loitering. I stepped outside and calmly explained that he lives here, that he's autistic, and that pacing helps regulate him. She didn't listen. She smirked and said, then he shouldn't be outside if he can't act normal. Before I could respond, she dialed 911. I watched 2 patrol cars pull up while my son froze, overwhelmed by the noise and flashing lights. One officer gently approached him, clearly trained, clearly compassionate. The other spoke with Karen, who was pointing like she'd just caught a criminal mastermind. She demanded my son be removed from her neighborhood. That's when I stepped forward and introduced myself. I handed the officer my ID and said very calmly, I'm the district attorney for this county, and you're currently responding to a false police report. The entire situation shifted instantly. Karen's face drained of color. The officers straightened up. One of them asked her on record if she was aware that filing a knowingly false report is a criminal offense, especially when it targets a disabled minor. She started stammering, backtracking, claiming she didn't know, and was just concerned. Concern doesn't involve insults. Concern doesn't involve lies. I asked the officers to document everything, the comments, the call, the pattern of harassment we'd already logged. Then I told Karen politely that any further interaction with my son would be handled through my office. The HOA sent an apology letter 2 days later. Karen resigned the following week, and my son, he still takes his walks, only now the same neighbors who used to whisper, smile, and wave, because sometimes the most powerful revenge isn't shouting, it's letting the law speak for itself. If you enjoyed this story, stay to the end, because this wasn't just about an HOA, it was about protecting someone who deserved dignity, and proving that power means nothing when you misuse it.